derivatives of inverse trigonometric function. Okay, this part is the most important part in the derivative because it involves the inverse trigonometric functions. As we all know, trigonometry itself is a bit challenging. Now we have to do is finding the derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions. So let's see what is inverse trigonometric function first. Now see this. This is y is equal to sin x. Let me take you through this. Sine of 0 is 0. So when x is 0, y is 0. This is the point. Sine of pi by 2, that is sine of pi by 2. Over here, sine of pi by 2 is 1. Sine of pi is 0 again. So this, I have completed this graph using the values of sin x. So this is the graph of sin x. Now let's see what is the domain of sin x. Domain means, I am recalling the definitions from 11th standard. Domain takes care of all the values of x for which function exists. So we can see that sin x has, means this graph is spread over the complete R, that is complete real number line. All the values of x are permissible, all the values of x are okay. For each value of x I am going to get some value of y. So the domain of this is R. R could be written as minus infinity to infinity. Okay. Now what about range? As we know that domain deals with the x part of it, range deals with the y part of it. Only values of y which are permissible are minus 1 to 1. It will never take the values beyond this one. So these are the values it will never take, and these values it will never take. Only the values it can take is between minus 1 to 1. So this is the range of it. We have recalled what is domain and what is range. Now let me check whether this function is 1 1 or not. The last time, the previous time, I have told you what to do to find whether the function is 1 1 or not. You may drop this answer in chat box. Can anybody recall how to find whether the function is 1 1 or not? Very good, very good. I am glad that you are telling this. Now see this. If I drop a horizontal line, how many points it is intersecting the graph at? It will intersect the graph at more than 1 point. It does not only intersect at 1 point, it also intersect here. If I draw this horizontal line, it may intersect the graph at these many points. See, it is intersecting the graph at 1 point, 2 point, 3 point and 4 point. Our condition is that it should intersect the graph only at 1 point, but this horizontal line is intersecting graph at more than 1 point. It is intersecting it at 4 points or 2 points. So this is not a 1 1 function, but still I need to find the inverse of sine. So what we can do is, I am going to restrict. Now I am restricting the branch, this graph only for minus pi to pi, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. As we know that if I draw a horizontal line, and it is not 1 1, but what I am doing is, I am restricting this graph to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So I am putting condition for x that it will be always between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now after restricting this, let's see how the graph will look like. This is the graph will look like. So this part is out of question and this part is out of question. Right now I am only thinking about sin x, that too only between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now only this part is I am considering. This itself is a graph of sin x, but the restriction that it is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now can we tell whether this function is 1 1 or not? This only this restricted part. If I draw a horizontal line, I am sure that it is going to intersect this only at 1 point. If I draw a horizontal line, I am sure that it is going to intersect this graph only at 1 point. So between this minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, it is 1 1. Remember friends, inverse of sine does not exist for all the values of x. It will only exist for the values of x between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So for any value of y between minus 1 to 1, if I draw this line over here, I am going to get some value of x. So for each value of y between minus 1 to 1, I am sure that I am going to get value of x between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So in that sense, this function is onto now. See here, the y is equal to x. This line is used to draw the graph of sine inverse of x. And how to draw the graph of sine inverse of x? It will be just a reflection of sin x graph by taking y is equal to x axis as a mirror. Here you can see this part, and its reflection by taking this line as a mirror is only this much. So this is a graph of sine inverse of x. This green thing was sin x, and a reflection of this green part about this line y is equal to x is this. So this is a graph of sine inverse of x. Now next thing, it shows only this much graph. It is not extending here, it is not extending here, this horizontal line. Where should it intersect? What is the value of y at this point? Similarly, what is the value of x at this point? These two values we have to find, or you may do this as a homework. We will resume the talk next time.